Hello, Stan. How are you? We have a very special guest tonight. Please welcome Jamie Leffler from the band Downtown.
Hi. How are you?
Good. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Did you have a hard time finding my place?
No, you just look a little different this time around. It was hard to recognize you.
I tried. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing? It's been a while.
I know, it's been a minute. I haven't seen you in a while.
We used to go hiking. No, Dave, because I met you through Dave.
Yeah, because David posted him doing some artwork to one of my songs.
That's awesome.
And we were like, oh my God, that's so tight.
Yeah,
and then he
yeah.
was like, oh, come hang out. And then we went on a hike and...
That was cool.
You know, yeah.
Did I say your last name correctly?
Yeah, you got it.
Leffler.
Leffler. It's weird, I know.
And then how do you spell your band's name? Is it just the letters, like an acronym?
DWNTWN. No vowels.
Oh. And then I've been watching some cool stuff on your Instagram. Like, let's start off with the song 14.
Oh, that's my favorite.
What was the inspiration behind that particular song?
So that song, I wrote about my dad who passed away when I was 14 years old.
You've mentioned that before.
Yeah, so that's something that, I don't know, when you're 14, you're like, what is life? I don't know.
What grade were you in?
10th grade? No, 9th grade. I was in 9th grade. I get confused.
In high school.
Yeah. I was a freshman in high school, and I don't know, you don't know what you are. You don't know anything about anything yet.
Yeah.
And so then when something like that happens, it's overwhelming. Like you're worried about like homework. You're not worried about.
Right. And what high school did you?
I went to Hamilton High School. Okay,
shout out to Hamilton High.
Sup, Hammy High.
Yeah, where's that? It's around here.
It's on Robertson, right by the 10 freeway.
Dude. That's like around here.
Yeah, it's not far. It's not far.
But you're missing a big part of who your dad was. He was a part of whose band?
My dad was the bassist for Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Dude, that's fucking nuts.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Because you know what just happened recently.
I know, it's bringing up a lot of like, I didn't expect.
I mean, rest in peace, Tom Petty.
Yeah, seriously.
A classic musician.
That hit me worse than other musicians that have passed recently. I know that have been like a really, really big deal, like Bowie and Prince. But Tom Petty was like...
Dude, Tom's up there.
He's up there.
Dude, that song, I just still remember, I guess, Free Falling is probably the most iconic songs ever.
Yeah.
And I still remember the video and on MTV, and it's just played over and over, and it plays everywhere.
Totally. And it's crazy that like all of his music from the time that they started as a band until even more recently, it's been like really good. Usually bands kind of like suck later on.
Oh, right.
And he was just really good.
U2 still?
No.
But U2 was good.
U2 was good.
Dude, Joshua Tree, dude.
But like Vertigo?
Okay.
You know?
Okay. But dude, I'm telling you.
What does he say? Like with cheese or something?
But I'm telling you, dude, like when I was in high school, we would just listen to that album. Like that was the kickback album for me and my buddies.
Yeah.
Joshua Tree.
Okay.
But then later when they start pushing their fucking music on you.
Yeah,
remember
it's still on my iPhone.
Yeah.
It's the only shit on my whole phone.
Dude,
I can't get rid of it.
But let's give them some back history. Okay, so I don't know what iPhone. I just remember one of these iPhones, without you even agreeing, they just made you have their album on your fucking phone.
I mean, we all know how our phones fill up. We have no space. But you have the U2 album forever into perpetuity. Like, I didn't sign for this. I don't want this. Make it go away.
I understand, because we're both like in bands and everything, and we want to promote our music and spread it out to the Kirby, please.
Kirby's my best friend.
Spread it out to the most people possible, but don't do that.
Yeah.
That's like kind of messed up.
Well, no, because no one likes being forced into anything.
Dude.
You're do you want this? Okay, yes or no. Not like you have to. Everyone hates that. That's like being a kid and your parents like, you have to. It makes you not want to do it.
Yeah. And then what's even more messed up, they set it up through Apple where you're right. You could not even erase. You had to
I still don't know. You had to
rocket science.
You had to get an app or something to delete it.
Yeah.
Special app.
I think so.
George, do you remember that?
Yep.
So, I mean, when was that? I mean, I didn't plan on talking about you two like for this first segment, but since
we're
talking
here,
about
we're already here.
When was that?
I don't
That
remember.
was
Do you
like
remember?
7 years.
I don't know.
Within the last few years.
Last couple
it was
years.
a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Something like that. Watch, it was like, I was 8 years ago.
Yeah.
I do that a lot. I'm like, holy shit, it's been that long.
Yeah. Now, do you think something like that, as far as marketing, like pushing your band, does it work?
No, I mean, I guess at the end of the day, people always say like no, but even bad press is good press.
Right.
So everyone was talking about it. So there's probably a bunch of kids who are like, who's you 10? I don't even know. Get this shit off my phone.
Yeah.
And then they were stuck with it. And maybe where their phone was on shuffle and they were like,
There
oh, this
you
is
go.
good. Like, who knows? But either way, the name recognition at least was out there.
I mean,
But like, do they really need it?
come on, dude. Please come on, dude. Be nice.
Kirby's feeling a little amorous. That's
now-
okay.
How long has your band been together?
We have been a band for like 7 years. 7 years.
Count on that.
Dude, that's so
And
long.
I know you put in a lot of work for your band. Like you do a lot of the merch, you set up a lot of the shows and tours.
Yeah.
Like, how did you start assuming that role in your band?
I don't know. It's the kind of I think I've always just been the kind of person who like wants to like get shit done.
Yeah.
And if things aren't getting done, I want to be on top of it, and I take the responsibility of like band mom. I don't want to let some drunk boys drive a van. I don't want to.
Right. So you're driving?
I always drive. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I'll let them drive sometimes, but for the most part, I'm driving.
How many
'Cause
band members are there?
Currently, there's one, and her name's Jamie Leffler. Surprise!
What? Get the hell out!
Oh, no one knows that yet. Welcome to the new world.
So when did this happen? Dude, I thought you had like 5 members or 4 dudes in it.
We had 3 dudes and me, and then now we have 1 me and me. I'm a Gemini, so I guess there can be 2 of me. Does that count?
But since technology's off the chain nowadays, you could probably get away with something like that.
Well, at the end of the day, the reason that this whole situation is happening is like the main guy that I write the songs with.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be in videos. He doesn't want to be in photos. He doesn't really like to play live.
Dude, it's a part of the whole thing.
It's a part of it, but he much prefers to be like to take the producer position and be like, I'm gonna go be in the studio and just like geek out and make songs, and all I want to do is work on music all day. I don't want to have to go to talk about it too much. I'd rather not.
You gotta promote
and
your
you're
band.
good at it. He's like, you're good at it, Jamie. You do it. I'm gonna just like write a song and then we'll work on it. So like we're still writing together. He sent me a demo of something today. I was like, oh yes, I can't wait. You know, so like we're still writing. He just doesn't want to be a part of the branding of it.
But that's so important, don't when you say?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, it's important. It's important,
Yeah.
but at the same time, certain things now are a lot easier because I can say like, "Hey, Jamie, do you want to post that picture?" Okay, sure, I guess so.
Yeah,
and then I
yeah.
just do, and I don't worry about like what the voice is because it should be the band's voice and not just my voice. And you know, a lot of times it's easier to have photos of like just yourself or something.
Yeah.
Because if we're not all hanging out all the time, I'm not getting
The whole
band, and
Yeah.
who's taking the picture if someone else, you know, it's like there's a lot of things that go into all of that.
Right,
So
right.
I have a lot of friends that are photographers and things like that. So
That's
just
great.
going on a hike with my girlfriends, I end up having like, oh, here's like 3 more photos I can
Yeah.
post.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like an asshole always posting pictures of myself, but
You gotta push.
but I guess
keep
it's
pushing
okay.
Your thing, right?
Yeah, and it makes it easier in some
Yeah.
ways.
Now, could you do this because of technology, because of all these cool music programs and stuff? Could you get? Because I know you do live instrumentation.
Yeah.
But could you do a form of your performance where it's all digital beats or?
Yeah.
Something like that where you don't even need these guys.
I
You could
could.
just bring your laptop.
I
Like
could.
the DJ shit.
Yeah, I definitely could do that.
Yeah.
I really love the feeling of having live instruments on stage.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know how it is when you play live.
Yeah, I do.
Because you guys have done shows before where it's like less people playing with you, and then sometimes
we did
more?
a few where either Dave, when we opened for Deltron in Hawaii, Dave wasn't there. And then we did some little festival in Tucson, and a couple people weren't there. I think it was just like, I think 2 people. Yeah, Dave wasn't there for that one either. But we just managed. But I do notice a difference.
Yeah, you can feel the difference.
Even if one person's missing.
Yeah, but can, it's like you can put everything in the backing track or have it triggered by some other thing or some other sound, whatever. Like, things are possible. But something about that live feeling, the energy is different. Yeah.
But I'm thinking it could, I know what you're saying as far as like it doesn't feel the same, but there's ways around that, and you could still... And then you could just be like your own entity. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But as far as ownership or who came up with the name, who owns the rights to all the stuff?
Well,
is that a collaborative? Did you guys get it registered or?
I mean, I think essentially the other guy in the band came up with the name.
Okay.
But we never like discussed it in a
trademark.
That is my name. I came up with the name, and that's that. He and I have always been very open and cordial about all that kind of stuff. Plus, there's no money anywhere to speak of. So it's like, you're not splitting money with me. Oh, I'm sorry, there is none.
Yeah, people don't.
It's hard to make money.
It's hard. I was just let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Because I'm in this band, and it's backed by certain forces. But as far as like even my solo hip hop stuff, like, dude, like. Even my website that I paid money to have all my shit on, like, dude, it's like, it's hard to make a buck.
Totally.
Motherfuckers don't want to, let's be real.
No.
They do not want to pay for music. So let's talk about that. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Okay. I'm also a motherfucker that doesn't want to pay for music.
I don't either. Yeah, I don't either.
Like I think the funny thing is like we're musicians, but we also don't want to pay. So we're like, because we're consumers and we're musicians. We're both sides of the spectrum. So like, I love Spotify. I think it's great that you can put your shit up there and you still get paid. So if someone listens to it, you get paid.
They do?
Did you hear about the band?
Will you get paid through Spotify?
Yeah. Okay. How did you have your stuff on Spotify? Do you guys
I think I do. I mean,
I remember last time I was hanging out with you, we were talking so much about like getting all the stuff online and how to put it where, and I was explaining all that stuff.
I just put all my solo shit on Bandcamp.
Okay. Well, if you there's this website called TuneCore where you can register everything.
I went through them.
Do you do that? Okay.
I went through them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's how you can do like put it on Spotify or put it on iTunes or whatever the fuck else you want, Well,
I'm just
and then it collects the money.
Yeah, but let me tell you, they owe me a check, and I got the email.
Yeah.
And I haven't got a check like from them for like I think it's going on a year, and guess how much it's for?
How much?
For all my fucking, I have a lot of albums out there. $40, not even $50, like $40.
Are you serious?
Like $48. And then I'm looking at like whatever the stats or whatever it's like the algorithms or whatever. It's like 0.01%, 0.01. So you know what I mean? It's just like literally pennies.
It's pennies, or it's not even pennies. It's fractions. It's fractions of pennies. That's a cool word. I'm a little tired, but fractions was where I was planning on going with that.
So would you agree that maybe you have to now, like if you want to be like a successful musician, you have to constantly tour or do shows?
Constantly tour, but touring is also super expensive.
Dude.
Like, okay, for a band, like bands our size.
Yeah, didn't you go on a few? Let's talk about that.
We've gone on some tours.
Let's talk about that.
The last tour we went on was just like a pretty simple, easy kind of DIY tour. We went with
West Coast, right?
Up the West Coast with another band, friends of ours. We all shared one van to cut costs. Horrible idea.
Wait,
don't ever do that. Yeah. I mean, not because we didn't like each other, but because when you don't have any space to move and you're driving to Vancouver or something from LA and you're just in a seat or in the middle, and that's it, you're gonna go batshit crazy because it's just a lot to handle.
And then you're around all these dudes, and they might smell a little.
Well, they weren't. Okay. I actually probably smell worse than them.
Okay, but
I'm always like, I fucking showered 3 days ago. It's fine.
Right.
I'm like a boy in that regard.
So that was tough.
Yeah, it was a lot, and then you don't make money either because the guarantees are
Dude,
really
you have some merch.
No, because I suck at merch because no one else will do it. I have to do it, and even if we like design it together or whatever, I have to make sure it gets made. And if I don't think about that ahead of time, and if you don't have the money to get it made, if you don't just have $1,000 or something in your bank account to go, here, I'm going to buy a bunch of T-shirts and see how it goes.
Yeah.
Then you don't have them in time. Or
so
you
what
don't
about the
have
other
bands.
dudes in your band? They didn't like help with the merch or stickers and stuff?
I mean, they would help design things, but not.
No, I'm saying to slang it at your shows, to be the dude with the table.
No, our drummer was
mean?
really good at that. He would always he would help go to the table and be there and definitely be like, oh no, kid too, like you want that? Okay, come on, like your friend too, and like be really good about it. And I was always really good about talking to all the people that would come to see us, because the fact that anyone in LA would come to see us is exciting to me. The fact that anyone in a city I don't live in would be there and gives a shit enough to like get up and go.
Yep.
Even if it's a free show, I don't care. Like that's amazing to me. So I would always like want to talk to everyone and take pictures and do whatever they wanted because it's so cool.
What was your favorite on that particular tour? What was your favorite spot or city?
I really liked Portland. I liked Seattle a lot too, but Portland was really, really fun.
I liked it too.
Because we had like a weird night afterwards.
Yeah, what'd you guys do?
So one of our fan, it always sounds so silly to me to say like our fan, but this guy that knew who we were and wanted to come see us was like, oh, do you guys want to hang out afterwards? And our drummer smokes weed. He's like, I have weed, and they're like, cool, let's go. I don't. Yeah, it's totally normal. I don't smoke weed because I like hallucinate and feel like I must be on acid or something. Just like one hit and I'm like in Alice in Wonderland.
Paranoid.
Oh, not even paranoid. Seriously seeing things and like I'm a small mouse and you're a huge thing and I don't know where or who I am.
If it messes you up like that,
it really. I mean, the last time I smoked, because I always try it.
He gets that way too.
Do you really? Seriously?
Man, this guy.
He just faces me out.
No. He shuts down.
Really?
He just like we'll be talking and then one. I've only seen you like that once or twice, but then it's like George, Earth to George.
Hello. You're just like
he just gets super
just zoned.
Quiet. Yeah.
Yeah. This is worse. I felt like if I smoke a little bit, it's okay, but I'm also really competitive. So
what do you mean by that? Like to see who could smoke more?
No,
joint?
just like I want to do it right.
Oh,
like I'm
right.
tough. I'm an independent, strong girl. I can handle this.
Yeah.
So someone's like, "Oh, I only have a bong to smoke out of." I'm like, "That's cool. I got this." And then I just take a huge bong rip, not knowing what I'm doing, just kind of by accident.
Yeah, and
then I felt like when I did it, I felt like I was spitting. But if you've been drinking and you feel like you have the spins and you're like, oh, this sucks. This felt like I was gonna like flip all the way over. I was like, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
And then my brain felt like it was unraveling and all. It was horrible. I hated it.
So you don't.
Sucked.
You do it occasionally, not.
I always do it when I'm like,
blue
enough
moon.
time has passed. I go, maybe this won't happen.
Yeah. But
Maybe
dude,
it'll be fine now.
I've been sober for a couple years now, but
Yeah.
back then, the weed nowadays is like
Yeah.
on a different level. Mm-hmm. Like it's so potent.
I know.
With all these like these places popping up, these
totally.
yeah.
It's a lot. So I'd rather just, if I want to like have a substance, I'll just have a couple beers or whiskey or something.
I had an idea
What?
for you as far as your music. Why don't you try to license your shit to get put? Because your stuff could cater to
Guess what? No, it can't. I write sad lyrics apparently that are not syncable.
for shows and shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Apparently I am the most lonely, sad person, and my songs aren't happy enough for TV.
Okay, I saw something on. Listen, since you brought that up, what is Drowning about?
Drowning,
Because you brought it up, and then it just kind of light bulb went out.
Yeah.
Because does that have to do with some of the lyrics, the sad lyrics?
Yeah, definitely. Because I think a lot of the songs that we write tend to have this like happy feeling musically, or like something hopeful to them, or whatever. It doesn't feel like this super melancholy music.
Yeah.
But then the lyrics are kind of a little bit more on the bummer side. So Drowning was about an ex of mine who I felt like I was kind of like manipulated by and like lied to. And
How long were you with this guy?
like 5 years, 4 years, 5 years. Yeah. So like that's
Was he a musician?
No.
Okay, keep going.
Keep going.
No,
You're gonna beat him up for it?
Yeah. Good story. Yeah.
You just got sister. You're like, yeah, okay, yeah. But I don't know. I've been had a hard time after that, like being in relationships because I've been a little bit like nervous that I'll get hurt again. You know.
Did you guys live together?
I mean, practically, but I was a lot younger. How'd you guys meet?
You don't have to mention his name, by the way. He's just like anonymous.
Oh, that's
dude.
fine.
Yeah.
He'll know who he is. He's gonna watch this for sure. And be
okay,
super
that's cool.
excited.
So shout out. Well, maybe not a shout out to him.
He likes your show.
Okay, he does.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I can't. I was gonna say something like.
No, you can't be me too.
Dude, like.
Now Steve's like, I'm
nah.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, but now I'm like, he watches the show.
No, we're like. I'm like, it's like family now, you know? We're good.
Okay.
We're good friends and everything.
That's
so
cool.
it's all good. It was just at the time I was really hurt by it.
When you got you went through the pink cloud phase where when you everything was good at the beginning, and then when did you see it start turning a different?
Like 4 years in.
Were there's like some like some signs, some warning signs? Or something?
I mean it was just like it was like my first really serious long-term relationship. I had a boyfriend for like a year and a half before that, but that was like high school.
Yeah.
You know, so this was like my first like, ooh, this is real. Yeah. But it was all like puppy dogs and rainbows for 4 years. And then
what happened?
He moved away, so we decided to split up. But we were like talking on the phone every day, like I love you so much, I miss you so much, but we're not together. But I love you so much, but I miss you so much, but we're not together. But I love you so much. It's so like
where did you move to?
Seattle.
Oh, dude.
So like for me, I was like, oh my God, we're totally still together. Like we still love each other. We just can't. We're not physically together, but I didn't, move on in any way for like a long time. So then I wrote this song when I found out through a friend something about him like hooking up with someone in Seattle, and I was like,
oh, you had a person see him was out with some other girl?
They just told a story. It was like, oh yeah, Charlie. Oh, sorry, I said his name.
Oh,
he like hooked up with a girl in Seattle, blah blah blah. I was like, you did what? And this was like more recently when I wrote the song, but it still just like reminded me, oh my gosh, I was so hurt. And so then I wrote that song about it at that time.
So he didn't try to drown you?
No.
Okay.
No, he couldn't drown me. He's pretty weak. It's fine. I could take care of myself.
Is he a skinny guy?
He's very skinny.
How skinny? Is he skinnier than George?
Yeah, he's skinnier than George.
Is he taller than George?
How tall are you, George?
6'2".
He's like the same height as you. He's 6'1.5". I won't give him 6'2".
To be exact.
So you win. George wins.
Yeah.
George wins. He's taller.
He's a pretty handsome man right there too.
Come on, George. Get it. George, get in front of the camera. Come on. Why are you hiding back there?
He will get on one day, but he's the man behind the man behind the man. We're gonna get him on here. He's doing a great job with the show. Yeah, he's doing
a great job. George, thank you. I'm sorry that you're standing through this whole thing. We're just sitting here and you're standing.
So how
are you comfortable? Can I help?
Yeah, no, he's
Do you want my chair?
You know what? I don't. I like that you're behind the camera, but sometimes I feel like you're uncomfortable when you put your leg up like that. Did you want to grab that chair?
No, I'm good.
Are you sure?
I can stand. I can
okay. Okay. Now, let's go back to Charlie. I'm so sorry. So, when did you have closure? Because you must have had closure. The song helped.
Yeah, definitely closure. There's closure.
Okay.
Closure has been had. We're good friends now.
Uh-huh.
I became kind of like close with the family, everything.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Did your mom meet him too?
Oh yeah, of course.
So it was like he was a part of the family and family outing, like the whole
always,
thing.
Yeah. So and now it's just like, oh yeah, it's Charlie. And it's like it's like a sibling type thing.
Mm-hmm. What are you doing?
Why are you giggling over there? What are you smiling at?
Checking if I need to bleep these. I'm writing it down.
Oh my gosh! Why didn't you guys tell me? You're like, the interview, we can be open and say whatever. And now I'm cursing all over the place.
No,
I wouldn't have done that.
No,
you
could curse. You could curse.
Wait, it's YouTube though, right?
Dude, it's YouTube, and he has like the whole program where he could like do stuff like that. So,
I'm gonna curse less because I have a dirty potty mouth.
We try not to edit, but if it's gonna like affect,
is there a quota or something? Why?
Or the guests? Then we're gonna edit.
Tell me the rules.
No, there is no rules.
No rules. Anything can happen.
So
anything can happen.
Can I ask you this? Since you brought it up, how the hell did Charlie find out about the Steebee Weebee Show?
Because he was like, before I even met you, he was a fan of like Manchi and the whole thing. Like he knew he really liked Dave's art, and then he knew about that. He always watched like the DVD, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So he like knew about the whole crew. And so when Dave tagged us in that post, he's like, "Whoa, that's so cool!" And I was like, "Oh, I went and hung out with everyone." He's like, "What the fuck?" I mean, what the gosh darn goodness gracious. He was like, "That's so cool."
Yeah.
So
I think that you really could like utilize the band thing with the solo thing, and you could really come up with something, you know, like think of creative ways to get your stuff out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Can you give me some ideas? Help me.
I just gave you the whole idea about trying to get your stuff licensed into, because I mean through Money Mark, because Money Mark's the man. Shout out to Money Mark.
What up, Money Mark?
He's been in the music business. He like utilizes that a lot, like licensing and stuff like that.
No,
I
that's
just don't
great.
know, because the thing with Manchi, it's a bit of a confusing thing, because it's mostly we just do it for fun. It's like Dave's like project that, it's like it's fun for us. So, but with him, he's been with the beat, like just being in the real the music business per se, that he actually, that's how he makes, that's how a lot of musicians.
No, it's great. You can make a lot.
Yeah, like what's that one cartoon that is it called Rick and Morty? Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah, Rick and Morty.
I'll give you an example. So I was with a band last night, and we were like trying to write a song, and then Dylan was watching YouTube, and then that band Blonde Redhead?
Yeah.
They're fucking awesome, right?
Yeah.
Like I've liked them, their first album. But the first album, I guess one of the songs got put in Rick and Morty. So through that, everyone, like, I'm sure got like
reminded. That's right.
Oh my God, this band is awesome. You know what I mean? And they probably are going to get a lot of work just off of that little plug of being put in something relevant.
You can get so much from those things, and you never know what avenue it's going to come from. But if one thing kind of takes off, or if one person takes note of you, all of a sudden everyone's like, "Oh yeah, I will."
Then it makes you legit
jump on.
or something.
I get it. Yeah, it's like you're legitimized.
Isn't that weird?
But it is pretty hard because we have people looking for us to get licensing opportunities.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, we have.
Then what's the deal?
They just
are they being too picky on like what they're kind of?
No, they just are saying that they're not haven't been able to find anything yet. And we've had a couple. We were on a Bud Light commercial.
Oh, let's talk about that.
That was like an internet thing. And that was really cool. But they found us, so they reached out to me and said, "Hey, can we use this for a Bud Light piece?" And I said, "Yeah, that would be awesome."
So you made a good chunk of change on that?
A little chunk of change.
Yeah, I mean
if it was a Bud Light commercial on TV, it would have been a lot more money. But this was just like a short-lived internet promo. And then we were in, I think it was Minnesota, a tourism commercial. Visit Minnesota. They used one of our songs, and they also just found the song.
Oh, the tourist industry.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's
which was really cool.
Yeah.
And the commercial was awesome. We just wanted, if it went on for a long time, it could have been a music video or something.
What types of platforms would you want your music to be on? Let's just name 5 or 3 or whatever. Just off top.
Definitely shows.
But be specific.
Television shows that are popular right now, like Broad City or
Broad City.
What other shows do people really care about the music on? Like Shameless, people care about the music on that show a lot.
Shameless.
It'd be cool.
I was gonna say Game of Thrones, but that's kind of more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have to have like.
Okay, Shameless. Okay.
What other shows and movies use stuff that is kind of cool?
Well, The National was on Game of Thrones once.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's cool. That was probably
I'm
the
sure
only popular music song that they use. Everything else is just composed.
I'm sure they made a good chunk of change on that.
Yeah. And you make residuals from that stuff too.
I know.
Because we were on.
What about movies?
Movies are cool. I think.
Dude, you could make some. Can't you make? Isn't that lucrative to get a song licensed in a movie?
I feel like commercials are more lucrative.
Really?
I don't remember, but I seem to have this memory popping up about music in film doesn't get as much residuals as stuff that's on TV.
Okay.
Or something.
Okay.
I was in a movie once and I still get residuals on it though.
You're acting?
Yeah.
Okay,
I was born in LA, so they're like, here, you act because you were born.
Where could people see this? Like, what? Your
It's
work.
great. I don't even speak. My lines were all cut, so I'm an extra, essentially. But I still get a check for like $6 every 3 months.
Okay, what's it called?
Accepted.
Accepted?
It was like the first movie with Jonah Hill and
shout out to Jonah Hill. Yeah, we're big
Blake Lively and Justin Long.
All right.
It was about these kids that made their own college.
Oh, cool.
And I was in like the very first scene, standing in the background, just going like.
And you still get residuals?
I still like can buy a coffee off of it once every 3 months.
That's cool.
It's pretty dope.
So are you in SAG or AFTRA?
Yeah, SAG.
Do you pay the fees? Or
no, I withdrew from it, so I don't have to pay for it. So if I ever want to do it again, if I say, who knows, someone's like, you can be in this, I can just reinstate it and pay the dues.
I was doing the commercial game.
Yeah, you'd probably kill it in commercials and make a bunch of money.
I did okay. I just couldn't handle the rejection anymore.
Yeah.
And
believe me, I know the feeling. Why do you think I quit acting?
They kept sending me. They kept billing me AFTRA.
Oh no.
So I did what I think you probably did. I like contacted them. I go, listen, this is blah blah. You know, I'm
not really doing.
I'm not really like going out like that. I'm not doing that anymore. Is there any way you could take? You know, I don't know. I worked out some kind of deal where they kind of like I'm like inactive or something.
Right.
I'm an inactive member of AFTRA or SAG.
Same.
Or
we did the exact
called.
same thing.
Yeah, because dude, it was
so
like,
expensive.
It was like $300 some dollars.
Yeah,
it's like hundreds of dollars every month.
Yeah, it's way too much. And if you're working all the time, it's fine. But if you're not, it's silly.
Who does that? Who could,
no one.
Work like.
I don't know.
Unless you're one of these, because there's people out there like this. They'll get up at 5 a.m. and just do extra work. They'll go boom next to you know what I'm saying? They'll like. I know I've met these people. They're like
and commercial extras make a good amount of money.
That's what they do.
Because if you're a regular extra just on like a TV or film or whatever, they can pay you $50 in lunch and that's it. Yeah. But if you're SAG and you're an extra, you make like $350 a day to just hang out and probably sit with your laptop or read a book and eat food.
Good foods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad deal, but it's not fun.
It's whatever.
It's whatever.
Yeah. Can we go back to...
Should we not talk about
No,
this?
I wanted to go back.
Let's talk about more logistics of union work for actors.
No, let's get off this topic.
This is the most exciting interview you've ever had. Everyone's going to be like,
I want to go...
She sucks.
No.
Don't ever bring her back.
No, that's just your mind saying negative things. Let's go back
Can you do a kickflip for me right now?
No, I could, but I could possibly
I don't want you to hurt the floor.
I want to go back to your dad.
Yeah, let's talk about my dad.
So he was in Tom Petty's band?
Yeah.
In the Heartbreakers? He was a Heartbreaker?
He was a Heartbreaker.
Your dad was a Heartbreaker?
My dad was a Heartbreaker.
Dude.
I know.
That's fucking nuts.
It's the coolest thing. I mean,
do you have any memories of like...
Oh, yeah. When I was little, like... It's very surreal because when you're a little kid, you don't know what anything is. So things just seem normal to you. So I had no idea that Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers were this huge band. I just knew that was my dad, and I guess I was going to the studio, and then I guess I was going to be on the tour bus in the summer, and
awesome.
That's cool, but it just was standard practice for me. And I had all these really fun experiences that I was really lucky and fortunate to get to see.
Like recording sessions?
Yeah, like...
You were in there?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Seriously, like I was around that stuff. I mean, I don't think I was necessarily like sitting right next to them while they were recording.
But you were there.
I remember being at a studio and going out and playing, like they had like pinball machines and things like that. So I was playing pinball and hanging out and doing homework, and they were in there, and then they'd come out and dinner, whatever, So I was around that stuff. I remember once we were at Mike Campbell's house, who's the guitar player.
Awesome.
They recorded a lot of stuff there too. So we were recording there, and Stevie Nicks was there.
Stevie Nicks.
And I was sitting with them, and the guys were ordering pizza, and I don't know what I said, but I guess I wanted a salad. Which was like, who's a kid and wants a salad over a pizza?
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with me?
Wow,
but anyway,
man.
she wanted a salad too. So she's like, we're going to share a Caesar salad, and those boys can eat their pizza. And I'm like, that's cool, whatever.
She's a legend,
And now
dude.
I'm like, oh my God, it was Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Dude, that song
Yeah.
Landslide. Dude, Fleetwood Mac, man.
Yeah,
they have
she's one
so
of my
many
biggest
good
heroes.
songs.
Yeah.
Dude, that Landslide song, dude, that's a tearjerker.
She's an incredible songwriter.
Dude, that's what I was just gonna. Dude,
Yeah.
she could write some songs.
Oh, amazing songs. And she's got such a cool voice, and her whole vibe is so interesting and fun. And so I'm around people like that, but I wasn't old enough to be aware of it, which is probably better in a lot of ways. So I wasn't as shy as I would be, or
what other musicians like Stevie Nicks?
Well, my stepmom is Carlene Carter. So she's part of the Carter family. So her mom's June Carter, and her stepdad is Johnny Cash. Damn. So like I got to hang out with them, and they're like, "Honey, there's no steps in our family. You're my granddaughter, because like who cares about all those silly words?"
Music.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Do you ever meet Johnny Cash?
Yeah, I have a picture of, like, I'm holding his hand. He's so tall. He's a huge guy.
Why isn't that on your Instagram?
I don't know. I was really hesitant to even mention anything about my dad when we were starting the band, because I didn't want people to think that I grew up privileged and that any opportunity I was getting was because of who my dad was. Because it wasn't like that. Like, my dad was addicted to heroin, and I didn't live with him. I spent time with him, but my mom was always like a single mom, and she worked really hard.
You're still close with your mom.
I'm really close with my mom.
Right,
and she worked really hard to like make sure that I was taken care of the best possible and put me in front of herself. And when you have a parent who's an addict, they're not really thinking about child support. They're not really thinking about like, oh, well, Jamie's going to need this or dentist stuff or whatever it is. So my mom took care of like everything pretty much. Not to say that he was like forever down and out and horrible, nothing like that, but addiction takes over. So everything else kind of,
and especially that particular drug is, dude, that one's a tough one.
Yeah.
To kick, you know what I mean?
And there would be times when he wouldn't be on it for a while, and I'd spend more time, and
Did he try to get
like that.
sober?
He tried a few times.
Like maybe a 12-step program, or.
I don't really know, because I was so young that it's hard for me to know exactly what he did. I know that he did go to a rehab at one point.
Yeah.
And then obviously it didn't work, or he wasn't able to commit to that forever.
Yeah. Do you have any brothers or sisters?
I'm an only child. I don't even have any cousins. I'm really lonely all the time.
You have no cousins?
Yeah, I got nothing.
So it's just you.
It's just me.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, I have cousins that are out there I've never even met.
Yeah, I mean, I have second cousins and third cousins. Okay. Like, my mom's cousins' kids, but I don't really see them. They all live all over the place. Like, I have a couple family members around.
How did your mom and dad meet?
My mom was in the Don't Come Around Here No More music video.
Don't come around here no more.
You've seen the video. It's like Alice in Wonderland.
Hey, yeah.
So, you remember there's, like, 3 women dressed all in, like, black and white checkered kind of bodysuits.
Yeah.
Their hair's all like this.
Kinda, yeah.
My mom's one of them. And my dad followed her when they rapped, when they left. And
they met on a music video shoot?
Yeah, and it was like, hey, do you want to get coffee or something?
Whoa.
And so they did, and then, hi.
So your mom was on the music video and they met like that?
Mm-hmm.
And then what? So did they get along right away? Or?
I think so, yeah. They were, happy and in love for a while.
Is there any like recordings that like are just laying around that haven't been put out, that like music that your dad was working
honestly,
on, like old 4-track tapes and stuff? Or?
He has a lot of that stuff. When he was younger, he did a lot of country stuff. So he has all these really cool old country recordings. They're actually on Spotify too.
Dude, how can we hear this shit?
Howie Epstein. His name's Howie Epstein. If you look it up, they're
Howie
on
Epstein.
Epstein, yeah.
Yeah.
Epstein.
Okay.
Epstein. So
look that up, dude.
It's on Spotify. But yeah, the thing is when he had brothers. So
So you have uncles.
Yeah, but I don't talk to them. Like when he passed, everything was really weird. I think because of the nature of how he perished.
Oh, right.
So like I don't have one thing that belonged to him. I don't have one thing that.
Not even a shirt or.
I asked if I could. My mom and I begged kind of, hey, can we go into the house and try and get a shirt? Try to get, I had all these little drawings that we made when I was little that were in the front of the house and Polaroid pictures and stuff. It's like I want that stuff. I'm not here to to say, you know, if there's any money, I want the money, or give me the house or whatever. I really just wanted a couple sentimental things, and they didn't allow us to go in and do any of that.
But you have the right. You're the heir to his name, dude. What are you talking
Well, I don't.
about? You're the heir, you're the daughter.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but
so
they
what are you
to them.
talking about?
Well, to them.
To who's them?
His family. You know, there's.
Dude, that's just.
It was lame.
That's pretty,
and I was 14, and you know, it's like sucks.
I mean,
it was
so
horrible.
your mom was outnumbered, basically.
She was outnumbered. Yeah.
Legally.
Yeah, because
right?
it was just kind of was. We didn't have the money to be like, let's fight for this. Like Larry H. Parker, help me. You know, it didn't work that way. And
so you guys just let it go, like.
Yeah, well, it's horrible and sad.
Isn't that sad that
no one wants to think about money afterwards, or like I want my stuff, or I want my
piece of the whatever.
Yeah. And you know, especially somebody like that when there's some kind of like celebrity involved, even though it's not like he's some person who's super recognizable necessarily. Like you go out and you're like, I know him. But
he was a heartbreaker, man.
Yeah, no, he's a
Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Totally. But if he went to the grocery store, it wasn't like, oh my gosh. But still, there's people, when my mom went and drove by the house right after he passed, there was already people like out there, people that he knew, but kind of like, oh, well, what's going to happen with the house? Like, we're here. And she was like, this is weird, man. I'm out. I'm not going to be around this.
Oh, you remember that?
I wasn't in the car. She just drove by to see, like, I wonder if the house is okay.
Man, yeah.
And she was like, this is weird. So we kind of just stayed out of it. And it's probably for the better.
So that was like years and years and years. Yeah, years ago.
Yeah.
And then you're a lot older. You're older now. You've gotten over. I mean, did it take you a while?
I
can't even imagine going through something like that.
Well, it's always been my personality to be very strong and very independent. I think because I'm an only child and because my mom was always working really hard to make everything kind of good for me. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I'm good. I'm strong. I can handle this. So when it happened, I was like, I'm good. I'm strong. I can handle this. Mm-hmm. And I didn't really get that upset. So that's 14. That song on the album talks a lot about that. Like, I don't know why, but you're on my mind. I've thought a lot, but I've never cried. So when I was little,
that was just some of the lyrics?
That was how the song starts.
Okay.
So it's like, I didn't cry about it that much. When I was little, I was at the funeral and I was trying to like force myself to cry because I didn't know. I was like, I have to cry. I feel sad. I feel something. But I guess I have to cry, and I was feeling really weird about it, just because the whole situation.
Maybe
you're
kind of in your too much in your head about it.
Yeah, and so now that I'm older, I'm looking at it with new eyes, and I'm thinking about a lot of it really differently.
Yeah,
so it's kind of coming up in different ways, and I'm realizing, I'm trying to figure out like, okay, well, what did I mean to him?
Right.
How did this work? How close were we? Like all this kind of stuff. Like it's popping up in my brain more frequently now, even though a lot of time has passed. If that
or is that the
sense.
only song about your father?
I wrote another one called Heroin about him, but it's with an E, and that was about the idea that maybe if anyone could have done something that was that could have changed the course of time, it maybe would have been me. Like what if I had the courage or the strength or the knowledge at that age to say, hey, do it for me, stop for me. Would that have changed something, and kind of having almost a little bit of guilt that I didn't have the ability to speak up.
But you have to also, you're
a
a kid, dude.
And I spent most of my time with him when I was like pretty little. Like he moved to New Mexico when I was
Albuquerque,
outside of Santa Fe.
Okay, Santa Fe. Okay.
When I was like 11 or something, like middle school.
Wait, so to record out there?
To do drugs out there, really. I mean, let's be real. I mean, he had this awesome place, and he did record out there. Mm-hmm. And they had this teepee.
Oh, cool.
That was handmade and hand-painted. He was really into Native American culture. He used to try to tell me my grandfather was Sitting Bull.
Dude, that's big out there in the Southwest.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's super cool.
Because I lived in Arizona, too, so.
That's where you're from,
yeah.
right?
Well, no, I'm not from, I went to Arizona State.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But don't your parents live in Arizona?
Yeah, shout out to Gilbert, Arizona.
Shout out to
I'm gonna see
Steve's
you guys
parents.
soon. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't mean. God, that took a dark turn there, huh?
I'm taking this a lot of places that you didn't expect to go.
But that's fine though. We can edit. No, we don't have to edit that stuff. That's because that was real. That was real experiences.
I feel like this show's usually a lot funnier.
Yeah.
See, this is what happens when people try to put our songs in TV. They're like, damn, that's just sad.
But maybe
it's really sad.
Maybe if it's a sad like drama.
It could work.
Yeah.
I think it could work. Maybe it's just time. It'll
Why
take time.
don't you, since you brought it up, okay, so you already got the sad songs out of the way, right? Why don't you should do an EP, just happy songs.
I know. I've tried. Every time I try
All
to write a
happy
happy song, I
songs.
feel like it's inauthentic.
No, but it's in you too. You
'Cause
can
I'm-
write a happy song. You can write a sad song. You can
I
write
know.
a happy song.
That's true. I guess I should
Because-
really focus more on pushing myself outside my comfort zone. Because for some reason, I like to feel very much in despair when I'm writing something. I want it to be like from a place that hurts or from a
Yeah.
spot that's sensitive.
What is that about songwriting that people? Because I can relate to that.
Yeah.
Because I've done a lot of projects where it's all dark shit. Or,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it'd probably be cool because people don't want to feel. Some people just don't want to think about that and want to. That's why rave music, like techno or what, people like that. The boom, boom.
Yeah.
With no words because it makes them feel all like, hey, let's party and feel good. And
Yeah, it's
stuff.
all about the vibe.
Have you thought about doing some music like that? Oh, check this! I just got an idea.
Tell me, what is it?
Because you're basically downtown is you, right? So you could do it whatever you want now.
Yeah.
Why don't
Which is
you
kind
do
of
it?
exciting.
This
It's
is just
fun.
an idea. You don't have to do it. I'm
I'm
gonna
do
throw
it.
some ideas.
Let's do it. Let's go. What is it?
You could do now collabs
Yeah.
where you only have to write the music and you write songs to like happy beats and stuff or happy music.
Yeah.
It could be house music. It could be whatever kind of music. What do you think?
No, it's a good idea.
You know what I'm saying?
No, totally. I
And
always
then
am open
you
to
could
working
even
with different
reinvent
people.
your shit. Like, you could still keep downtown, but you could do a new name and then get like this up and coming, like awesome DJ.
See, what I've been thinking of doing
Yeah.
is kind of what you're saying,
Yeah.
except going more country and less electronic. What do you think of that? What do you think of that
I
idea?
like that too. But what about this? Where it's country electronica.
Contronica?
Contradiction. Contronica.
I think that'll go over well. He might have to bleep that one.
Yeah. No. Oh, because that's such a good idea.
Yeah, because
Let's just take
Contronica. Dude, you don't think South by Southwest will take you? You'll be the number one, top 5 on the list to go. You're like, what? What kind of music is it? She's doing country and mixing with house music, or what? Yeah, let's book her. Right?
yeah.
Okay, so for those of you out there, if you're producers and DJs, what's your Instagram? What's your stuff right now?
Okay.
Your handles?
Everything is at Downtown Music.
Downtown Music on Instagram.
That is DWNTWN Music. So that's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.com/Downtown Music.
That's it?
What else is
Okay,
there?
so this is the...
I only like Instagram.
I'm proposing something. So if you're watching this and you're up and coming DJ/producer/ you do music, you do interesting music, you make the production
Let's
side
write
of it.
a song. Hit
Let's
me up.
Holler at her
Holla.
on her Instagram.
I never get
And
DMs.
then
I'd be so excited.
And then this is actually a good thing that
This is a great
we
thing.
came up with this right now.
Yeah.
So if you're out there, listen to her stuff, get her vibe, and you guys could make up a whole different thing. Yeah? Mm-hmm. And, dude, you know what? There's a lot of benefits from your end, on your end.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to worry about fucking getting the whole band together.
Yeah, it's a lot easier.
We have band practice. Oh, you forgot, or you don't have to deal with this shit anymore. Or like
You have no
being in
idea
the
how
band.
exciting
and
that
if
is.
you were to tour again with Contronica, why don't you just name? How about this?
All right.
Name
also
the band. The band's name is going to
Contronica.
be Contronica,
Contronica.
and you're going to be the vocalist on it.
Can I wear like a robot mask?
You could do whatever. You could do. How about this? Half robot, half country, like a cowboy.
Oh my
hat.
god.
Or check this out. You got a cowboy boot.
Can you play with
one.
me and wear like a lizard
Dude,
outfit with a cowboy
I'll
hat?
make you.
I know you'd be
since
into
I
that.
Came up with this, I'll make a Contronica beat. Or at least try. I'll try. I don't have
Okay.
the best gear, but I do.
It's not about the best gear.
Yeah, I
it has
can make
nothing to
some
do with
stuff.
that. You can make stuff.
God, I could use another sampler though, but that's for another episode.
What kind of what sampler do you want?
Well, I have
What do you have?
I have this, and it's.
Let me see.
It's
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, this is the one that I think MF Doom and Madlib and those guys have this. It's my baby, but unfortunately, it's on its last.
Oh, it's not working. That's so good anymore.
Well, it works, but just I use it as like kind of like a MIDI, just
a controller.
Yeah, a controller. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So, but you know, they have a new. I'm sorry, we're shifting from topic to topic.
We've been all over the place.
I was at Guitar Center, and
Yeah.
they're coming out with a new Boss sampler, and it
Ooh.
looks awesome.
Really?
It's like, and it has, I think 4 more. So there's gonna be 12 on buttons, but it has the same kinds of effects. I love the effects. Like I used to use this isolator effect in the filter drive a lot.
Oh, that's cool.
The delay one's fun to use. The pitch one's fun to use, and you could like
Just control them with the
you
knobs.
can control them with the knobs.
Oh, that's fun.
But let's go back to Contronica.
Okay. I think that's a very good tool to create a Contronica song.
Dude, you could totally make a Contronica album on something like that. I'm telling you can.
Yeah.
I know you can. Right? I don't think anyone's doing. I think you could create your own genre. Aren't you excited about this idea?
This is a good idea.
It is a good idea.
And the name is like, it's like too good. I like it.
Just think of the shirt designs.
It's just a vulva.
It's you, but you're half cow, girl, robot. Like you're like a fusion of the two. On some Blade Runner cowboy shit. What do you think about that?
I dig it. It sounds like fun.
It'll be like Tron.
Yeah.
But it'll be you with the cowboy hat and Contronica.
This sounds like so much fun.
With the C or K?
A C. Let's keep it classic, you know?
Okay, like country.
Yeah.
With the C.
And also like the other word.
What about? I thought of another name.
I'm
I just thought of another name.
Oh, wait, tell me. What
Country Robot.
Ooh. Country Robot.
I don't know if I like that one so much. I thought it was. I thought I hit the bullseye. I went Country Robot, and then I'm like,
it's like Robot
Then
Chicken.
my mind starts saying that was so dumb. That's not a good name. And then, okay, we'll come up. We'll
work on it. We'll fine tune it.
We'll get the name. So if there's producers out there, this is good, man. Because it's like,
thank you for having me.
Come on.
And I'm sharing all my secrets.
Hold on, we're not done yet. Wait, how are we doing on time?
Oh, we're over 50 minutes.
We're doing it. Well, peace out. This is what you invite a girl and she talks a lot and everyone's like, girls talk a lot. Yeah, I know. I'm still talking. See, it's weird talking to myself even.
Were you looking forward to the interview or like what kind of emotions and thoughts were you when you were driving over here?
I was super looking forward to it. I actually worked like a really, really long day today. Like a 12-hour day.
What are you working?
I work. I do
a day job or something.
Kind of. I do freelance stuff on sets for commercials. So I was doing like production work today, where I was a talent coordinator and I was in charge of like 60 something people and getting them ready for a commercial.
You never even talked about that.
Well, because why? I mean,
okay, it's just like
irrelevant really to anything.
Right.
But on the way here, that's like I was working in Long Beach, so I drove all the way back from Long Beach. I was super tired from this long day, but I knew that this was going to be really fun. No matter what, I was like, this is just going to be fun. It's probably going to be the best interview I've ever done.
This is by far the best interview you've ever done.
Leaps and bounds. Leaps and bounds better. Because I knew that we would just be talking about real stuff that would be fun and
dude,
it wouldn't. And we
came
up. Come on, Contronica. We came up with that. My whole new life is ready now.
Well, you gotta have to
like you just set me up.
Contronica, maybe double KA with the C.
Yeah, maybe we should change the spelling. Make it like
the end, the double K.
Oh.
Contronica.
Oh.
With the KKA.
Oh, I kind of like that.
Anarchy at the A. With the C.
Oh my God, the merch, the
Country
opportunities.
is 100% country.
Yeah.
Dude, you know how many tours you could do in like Texas and all that shit, man?
I'm down.
Alabama,
you want to be my manager?
I can't even manage myself. Where could the viewers listen to your music?
Viewers, please listen to my music. It's all on Spotify. I've got a lot of songs.
Okay.
My band's called Downtown, DWN.
Spell it out again.
DWNTWN. So go find it. Our new album, Racing Time, came out not so long ago. Oh, I brought you.
Dude, what's up,
I brought you a CD.
Thank you. Look at this.
Our vinyl's not ready yet, but when it's done, I'll bring you a vinyl because I know you'd like that better.
Julian, this is on a label.
Yeah, we're on a little label.
Well, can you give them a shout out real quick? Julian
Records. Thank you for helping us put this out.
Which 3 songs should the audience?
Yeah, well, Drowning's on here.
We were talking about Drowning, and then we were talking about 14, which is my favorite on the album about my dad. And then
you have a song called Lonely.
Lonely. Lonely. So I was gonna say that's my other favorite. We're gonna have a video for Lonely coming out pretty soon as well. And we have a remix coming out October 20th. But
it's.
Oh my God! When's October 20th?
It's like tonight or tomorrow.
We have a remix coming out that I forgot about.
Tell them about it.
We have a cool remix coming out on October 20th. So follow us on Instagram, and I'm going to post all about it. So
where can they watch your music videos?
Go to youtube.com/downtownmusic, and we have a video for Bloodshot Eyes out that I really love. It's really fun. And
can I be honest with you? Can I tell you my favorite titles just off top?
Please.
As the Sparrow Goes.
That's a cover I did with my stepmom. So
yeah, Carlene Carter's on here. Okay, cool.
Yeah, she sang it with me, which was like such an awesome experience to get to.
Yeah, dude.
Because we had kind of lost touch.
She's on here.
Yeah, she's on there. That was like the perfect way to end this album because I had lost touch with her.
I like the packaging too.
I made it.
You did?
Yeah.
You did all this.
I designed it.
You designed it.
I didn't take the photos, but I like did all the text and
my second favorite title is Pioneer Square. And my third favorite is Sticks and Stones.
Yeah, Sticks and Stones.
Yeah, so get this. Where could they get this? Where could they listen to this or buy this? Because that's going to help you more if they fucking buy a copy of the physical copy.
The only place I know where it is available, honestly, is Amazon.
What about Amoeba?
I don't think Amoeba has it because we're distributed we're so small. It's hard to get into those big stores.
No, you can do it on consignment. You just sell them a couple copies over the counter. Yeah?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Anyone could do it.
Can I just go put them in the used bin? You could actually go tomorrow
and then just hand them 5 copies and then just sign a thing and then they'll put it in. Yeah, and they'll put it in their store.
That's cool. Maybe when we have vinyl, I can do that. And I want to put all this stuff up on our website too. So if you guys are anyone's interested, actually, just message me and I'll find a way to get you a copy.
Okay. Is there anything we're leaving out right now? Something you haven't plugged or?
I think I said
When's the
all
next show?
things.
You got to do a solo show soon. Come on.
I don't know when the next show is. I want to play this new venue in downtown called the Moroccan. Have you heard of it?
No. But if you're listening.
It's a cool venue.
Dude, book her.
Okay? Book me, baby. Book me.
Okay, so we're at the tail end of the show, and what we like to do, because we have a P.O. box for the show.
Oh, fun.
Okay.
I should have P.O. boxed you the CD.
And I want you to...
I'll P.O. box you the vinyl.
Can you open these? And
I would love to.
I'm going to guess what they are.
It's like a present. Mail is so fun.
I don't have a... Let me see.
I got a blender in the mail today.
I have a knife. You could open this up with a pocket knife. So here, hold this. Be careful. That's a pocket knife. And you could open this one first. Let's hide that. There's no addresses there. Okay.
Oh, why? Thank you.
Okay.
You gave me a knife and
I'm guessing.
I just opened it. I just pulled it open.
I'm guessing it's a Steebee Weebee artwork of a poster of the Steebee Weebee Show or a Little Ray's World poster.
How did you know? I have this album.
Oh,
in my house.
Yeah. Cool.
It's in my hallway. We have all of our vinyl in the hallway.
Thank you so much for everything. Let's keep the Steebee Weebee Show rolling. Yeehaw!
Oh, look how
Nathaniel,
cool.
this is my boy Nathaniel. Oh,
Stickers.
Shit! Oh, it's my homie Nathaniel.
Yep, right or night.
Dude, Nathaniel, that's my homie. He made Lil Ray's World and Steebee Weebee stickers. That is a treat. I love that guy. We gotta go skating, brother. Okay.
When you go skating, can I come with you and you can laugh at me trying to skate?
If you wanna skate with us, yeah.
Go to the Steebee Weebee Facebook page.
Go to the Nathaniel, the guy that just made these awesome stickers. We have a Steebee Weebee Facebook page. Where is it? How could they find it?
Facebook Steebee Weebee.
Facebook Steebee Weebee. And
That's
then
so
can you
cool.
open that?
Okay. I get to open both?
Yeah, you get to open both. That's
Oh,
like
I'm
what
so
we do
lucky.
here. These are
and you're
awesome.
holding this for me? Wow.
Yeah, this is great.
I feel like a queen right now.
Dude, this is fucking dope.
This one I'm going to have to use a knife.
Babe! Little Ray stickers. Yeah, Nathaniel.
He may or may not be giving them to people on the Facebook.
Dude, this is dope. Oh my god, I'm stoked. Damn. So dope. So I think that's I know. Well, I already know it. I think I know who the guy is. It's my homie Sean Hill. He's an awesome artist. And is it a sticker package?
Let's see.
Bat butt. This is all bat butt.
Bat butt.
Bat butt. So bat butt. Yeah, all this stuff. Bat butt. Yeah. It's the newest zine.
Cool.
It's the newest zine.
Like, oh wait, there's also pin. Oh my gosh, there's all sorts of things coming out.
Yeah, it's my homie Sean Hill.
Oh,
Love you,
these pins
Sean.
are so cool. Look how cool
I love
these
all your
pins are.
stuff, Sean. And you know
hey,
I do.
Sean, can you help me make pins for my band?
Yeah,
these are
so
really
Sean,
cool. I really want
She
pins.
likes your art. Holler at her downtown.
And you
Instagram.
have pizza. I love pizza.
Yeah.
Sean, hi.
Sean, we love you.
This is so cool.
Bat butt all day. And
these are dope.
this is awesome. Yeah, I love his stuff. Yeah. Well,
look at all the fun things.
This is awesome. Cool.
How cool
do you really
is
like
this?
his pin? The pins are cool, right?
Yeah, really cool.
So most of
this
this stuff, probably like 90% of the stuff is all his stuff. Bat butt. He like designed the whole. He's basically our set decorator.
This for me.
I love you, Sean. I love you, Nathaniel. And do you have fun? That wasn't that bad.
I had such a good time. Thank
Cool.
you so much for having me.
Yes. And we loved having you. And with that being said, it's time for Little Ray's World. Meow. Welcome to Lil Ray's World Show. All I gotta say is kids' minds must grow. I got abducted by some aliens dropped in snow. Whoa. Stuck into a world I do not know. So join me in adventures now. And I promise not to have a cow. My name is Little Ray. Hey, hey. My name is Little Ray. Hey, hey, hey. So welcome to my world. To all the boys and girls. Welcome to Little Ray's World. Hee-haw! Well, Beep, what the hell do we got this week? Is that my house in Bryan, Texas? Is this some kind of bad joke or what, man? What the hell are you? Your name is Bart Nicholson, or it was, correct? So what the hell did you do as a living back then? You were the manager of a Kmart store, is that correct? So what happened was, during your training week, you had to bust a fart, is that correct? So when you went to fart, a piece of poo came out, is that correct? So you basically busted out a goddamn shark, didn't you? So what happened was one of the people that worked there and saw it on camera followed you home after your shift during your training week. Is that correct? And then he ran you off the road and you died, didn't you? And now you're a shark. Isn't that right? So, your name is Bart the Shark, correct? And I wrote a song about you. It goes about something like this. This one's about Bart the Shark, man. Bart the Shark, man. Bart tried making his mark, go disembarking, listen to art. Tried to be the manager of Kmart, request a graveyard. Bart the Shark, voice done this week by Ilani Faye. Join us next week for another episode of Little Ray's World. Man, love you all. Let's get her done.
Your voice was so good. And then you pooped in the middle.
I know. That was good. I like that. You improvised.